Rich Silling was our photography judge. I had not met Rich before, but the moment he shook my hand, I knew I had the right judge. He lifted me off the ground and said, everything's going to be okay. So with that, he came in. He had Jerry to consult him, should he wish, which he did, I believe, a little bit, yes or no?
Yeah.
And he was very thorough. Rich, if you have read the little blurb on him on his piece of art right here, he owns a company that does these large prints on large drums. When you go into his place of business, you look at these machines and say to yourself, what do they do? They're just massive, big, huge drums, large tables. So if you've never been in West Coast imaging, go inside. The other thing is you can get prints done of your own work there for a very reasonable amount. I need to talk a little bit about the photography. When Rich came in here, he spoke to me about several of the pieces that he had. And one of them he spoke to me about was Franca's piece that won second here. Franca, what he said is that the clarity of taking a shot, and this is a nighttime camera shot, is incredible. Her paper is, he looked at paper straightness, other things that put together, you know, including the framing and the matting. But he really, when he would look at a piece, he'd get up underneath and then he would look like this and really see that that paper had fell into the right place, and that meant a lot to him. And he really thought that this one was very, very well done. He liked the clarity particularly. This is a difficult shot. He wanted me to let you know this is very hard to do. So those of you that don't understand working a camera in the dark like myself, speak to Franca. She has obviously learned how to do this quite well. Let's see, I have another piece. Jackie Maloof over on the other side if you want to walk over there. It's kind of a tight little spot over here. He looked at this piece and came back to it several times, and he really felt that this piece might have taken first place. But he did his little perusing like this up under here, and he saw something I can't even see it. But he says this is a shot that he could look at every day. He could put this in his home and enjoy looking at it. That he would like to speak with you about your paper, and he probably has some very good tips that he would like to offer to you. So if you ever get a chance, I would like to make sure that you two get together and talk. So that would be important. We'll go over to David Hoffman's piece over there. Sorry about that, Martin.
Yeah,
This piece took first place. This is David Hoffman. It's a very atmospheric piece. According to Rich, it's very difficult, and correct me if I'm wrong, photographers, taking a piece like this where you have a lot of atmosphere is difficult to capture. He said this shot here, you have to know what you're doing, how to pick up the light to set this shot up. Otherwise you're just going to have a lot of glare coming back at you and other things that are happening with the mist in the water and the light in the air. So he said this was probably something that would take learning and know-how to be able to set this up and understanding your camera very well. Do you understand your camera quite well, David?
No, I got lucky.
You got lucky. I won't tell him that, but that was his reason for picking this piece. And David, I would like to hand you an award for your work right here. Congratulations.
You can give it to the boss?
Yes, the boss gets it, of course. I will always hand the check to the wife first.
Very good, too.
If you don't mind, this is our last piece over here.
Excuse me.
This is our best of show. It was chosen because Rich said, as he looked through all the other pieces, he continued to come back, and each time he would come back, he would say, I would see something more. So it kept calling him back, and he would see more. He said, I could just look at this for a long time and always find something different in it. So he was very pleased with that. That was leaves you something to look at that won't make you tired of looking at it. And so he thought that this could hold your attention for a long time. If you were to look at this in all different depths, you will start to see the other transposed pictures on top of others, and the words are just joyful. Some of them are just really fun. So congratulations, John Bach. It's a very fun and nice piece.
Thank you very much.
Would you like to say anything about your art?
No, I'm just really pleased he chose it. Rich is, you know, he was a curator at Ansel Adams, right? I mean,
That's correct.
so I feel greatly honored. Thank
Very
you.
good.